and you can find it early. It's very.
What a wicked game to play, to make me feel this way. What a wicked thing to do, to let me dream of you. What a wicked thing to say. You never felt this way. What a wicked thing to do, to make me dream of you. No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, was on fire and no one could save me but with you.
Marijuana is a plant that comes from Asia. It's been used for thousands of years. A cousin of marijuana, hemp, was a common plant that people would farm in the United States. In fact, our first president, George Washington, had hemp plants on his farm. The drug marijuana was introduced into the United States as we know it in the 1850s. Soon after, laws were created to regulate its use. In 1906, the Pure Food and Drug Act was passed, which required all states to label its drugs with its contents. Some states even required marijuana to be labeled as a poison because of alleged suicide attempts while under its influence. After the Mexican Revolution in 1910, many Mexicans sought refuge in the United States. Many used marijuana as a recreational drug to relax after work. Some historians argue that the passage of more intense marijuana regulation at the time was an act of racism, as fear and prejudice about the Mexican newcomers became linked with marijuana. In 1930, the Federal Bureau of Narcotics was created and headed by a man named Harry J. Anslinger. Anslinger argued that marijuana causes temporary insanity, and he created a propaganda movie called Reefer Madness, which showed young people consuming marijuana and behaving recklessly. There is also some speculation that two of the financiers of that project, the DuPont Company and the Hearst Company, had a special interest in trying to outlaw marijuana. Both companies had business in the industrial fiber industry and were in competition with hemp farms around the country. Some historians speculate that they saw this as an opportunity to make marijuana and its non-narcotic cousin hemp illegal. It was in 1937, with the help of Anslinger, the DuPont Company, and the Hearst Company, that the U.S. passed the Marijuana Tax Act, which made possession or transfer of marijuana illegal in the United States under federal law. The act also banned the production of hemp. During World War II, however, the U.S. government urged farmers to grow hemp once again and even provided draft deferments to hemp farmers because access to industrial fibers was limited due to the war that was happening in Europe. Around this time, the mayor of New York, Fiorello LaGuardia, gathered a team to study the effects of marijuana and found that earlier claims that it causes addiction, madness, and overt sexuality were false. Despite these findings, marijuana laws became even harsher. In the 1950s, federal laws were made that made it possible for a person with a first-time marijuana possession offense to be given up to 10 years in prison. Even though in the 1960s, many white upper-class families began to use marijuana, by the 1970s, under the Nixon administration, the Controlled Substance Act was put forth and the Drug Enforcement Administration, or the DEA, was created. Marijuana was categorized alongside heroin and meth as a Schedule I drug. It was, and to this day continues to be, defined by the United States as a highly addictive and unsafe drug with no accepted medical purposes. Under the Act, a team of people were put together to research the effects of marijuana. After the study, the director of that team, Raymond Schaefer, recommended the decriminalization of marijuana and stated, "The criminal law is too harsh. The actual and potential harm of use of the drug is not great enough to justify intrusion by the criminal law." By the 1980s, however, penalties under President Ronald Reagan increased and the Three Strikes Law was made, which created a mandatory 25-year imprisonment for repeated crimes, including certain drug offenses involving marijuana. After California legalized medical marijuana in 1996, the Supreme Court ruled that federal anti-drug laws do not permit exception for medical marijuana use and concluded that marijuana has no currently accepted medical use. In 2005, the Supreme Court ruled that states that have decriminalized marijuana are still acting in contradiction to the federal law. To combat this contradiction, the DEA regularly targets and arrests medical marijuana patients and seizes medical cannabis along with the assets of growers and dispensaries. While many efforts have and continue to be made to decriminalize marijuana usage in the United States, it is still considered a Schedule I drug that is highly addictive and harmful by the United States government. Despite the fact that its categorization is not based on sound research, the tide is shifting. With the legalization of marijuana in several key states like Washington, Oregon, and Colorado, I believe we will see its legalization on a national level in our lifetime. Thank you for watching, and please click the link on the video to subscribe.
Follow the vine, count the leaves to the root. Trace Came a long way from lurking at the shop. In just a couple years, you'll see Murky on the top. Somewhere in Jamaica, drinking bourbon on the rocks. Cause my purpose is to win and your purpose is to watch. Never question what I do it for. Cause life's beautiful even when it's unusual. See, I can rap about money like it's suitable, but I've been trying to put that shit to rest. It's the funeral. That ain't happiness. I ain't like them other guys. Happiness to me is when I look into my mother's eyes. Honestly, the thought of it is giving me the butterflies. Used to have depression, never mentioned how I wanna die. Why? It doesn't matter cause I'm over it. Here's a middle finger to the critics with a bone to pick. Cause I've been drowning in an ocean full of hopelessness. Drinking Henny right out the bottle. Let's have a toast to this.
Talk, but I don't hear that stuff. They used to count me out, but now they're on my side. I'm screaming, fuck them all, yeah, all it takes is time.
I used to dream about having $1 million with a nice whip, but really I should've just went to college. Got a good job or even became a scholar. I got married to the game and I'm fucking the maid of honor. A different posture, surrounded by these wise guys. The fine line in the middle, I watch the time fly. I don't care about the rules you abide by. I'm with the devil having dinner with no Wi-Fi. And now these demons keep creeping on my shoulders. I finish up my plate and then I'm leaving with a chauffeur. They used to hate my guts, now they see me on these posters. I'm rolling up a blunt, cause I need a little closure. Plus I'm sick of dealing with these females. I can see right through them, I see the details. It feels like I've been in jail and I need bail. Everybody wants on the train until it derails.
See, I was down and out, but then I got back up. These people tend to talk, but I don't hear that stuff. They used to count me out, but now they're on my side. I'm screaming, fuck them all, yeah, all it takes is time.
It's drama to the finish.
Yo ando con my nigga trapping. Te buscaste un caso, coronate. Hablé de 1 kilo y te asustaste. No dejes que los fe te atrapen. Tú estabas a prueba y figuriaste. Te solté una 11 y me choteaste. Fumo a la cocina y no fregaste. Ni una patada le diste al bate. No más de esto que no saben de esto. En la cocina soy el chef de esto. Si se viran pues los dejo quietos. Al final yo soy el dueño de esto. Benihana, con tu hermana. A la mía le llaman Tatiana. Recuérdate cómo se llama porque no recuerdo el de tu hermana. Pile botella rosada, al final no son nada de nada. Los tigres que no quieren un case, se le tira la poli en su face. Y cuando se lo llevan solo, no lo piensan pa' quién va a vender. Y si tú estás preso por chota, a tu jeva quién se lo mete. Yo ando con my nigga trapping. Te buscaste un caso, coronate. Hablé de 1 kilo y te asustaste. No dejes que los fe te atrapen. Tú estabas a prueba y figuriaste. Te solté una 11 y me choteaste. Fumo a la cocina y no fregaste. Ni una patada le diste al bate. Somos del guero, hacemos reguero. Aquí corona el que llegó primero. Si te achochaste te dejan en cuero. Si tu talento te dejan en cero. ¿Y tu cartera dónde está? Ve, pregúntale a tu cuero. Pero no la va a encontrar. Porque aquí se vive del pendejo. La chapi la mando a josear. Si tiene mucho tú serás el primero. Te doy la bienvenida a mi traje. Pa' que venga y conozca el reguero. Sazón Magui te mando a majar. Y después yo te traigo el caldero. Los mulos pollos van atrás. Ya está listo pa' fuego el millero.
Drop it. Yo ando con my nigga trapping.
Que lo que en toque. Vamos a poner claro de estos panchitos que están sábado gigante. Pa' ponerlo fuera del aire. Geo Flow. Lango Mass Production. La gente mía, Swagger. Goofy en la casa. Con los códigos de Da Vinci bajo el brazo. Y 3 chicken nugget. Porque no vamos a matar el hambre este verano. Y si el invierno llega, venimos con loco.
Si, do, mi, wa, su, ah, wa. Comment? Sweet, wa. Di, ma, hu, su, ah, mi, wa, zu, mi, wa, ah, yo, yo, zu, wa, wa, ma, hu, wa, ah, ya, ho, wa, di, mi, ah, zu, ya.
It's a secret society. All we ask is try. All we got is love. Loyalty, loyalty, loyalty. Loyalty, loyalty, loyalty.
Kung Fu killing them. My resume is real enough for 2 millenniums. A better way to make a way, start defending them. I meditate and moderate all of my wins again. I'm hanging on the fence again. I'm always on your mind. I put my lyric in my lifeline. You rolling with it at the right time, right now. Only for the dollar sign.
Bad girl, leave it now. Swerve, 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 leave it now. On your pulse, I can see the end. Gas on the bitch like it's premium. Call ass on the bitch, all in the fast lane. Been a bad bitch with before and the cash came. I'm established, 100 carats. I'm my name, run the atlas. I'm a natural, I'm a ring.
I'm a savage, I'm an asshole, I'm a king. Shimmy ya, shimmy ya, shimmy ya, right. You can tell your nigga he can meet me outside. You can babysit him when I leave him outside. Ain't no other love like the one I know. I done been down so long, lost so. I done came down so hard, I slow. Honesty forever, all a real nigga won't.
I said I'm geek and I'm fired up. All I want tonight is just get higher.